For the longest time, it was a relentless onslaught, a barrage of negativity, a storm of criticism, a whirlwind of scandalous claims, a hurricane of racism, xenophobia, and outright bullying that had one target: the Duchess of Sussex. The media's obsession with trying to break Meghan's spirit was as palpable as it was disturbing. But recently, the wind has changed. The same voices that were once filled with scorn and derision are now crooning a different tune. Suddenly, they are desperate to bring Harry and Meghan back into the royal fold, as if all the past torment never happened. The headlines that once read "Meghan, the royal family's black sheep" now say, "Is there a way back for the Sussexes?" The narrative has shifted from "Harry and Meghan are irrelevant" to "Can they rebuild royal ties?" It's as if the media woke up one day and decided to rewrite history, to dress up their past sins in a fairy tale of reconciliation. But we aren't fooled. We remember. We remember the smears, the torment, the bullying. We remember the media's relentless attempts to break Meghan's spirit. And we're not about to let them sweep it all under the rug. This sudden change in tone isn't just surprising, it's downright suspicious. It's like watching an emotional hostage taker missing their victim. It's manipulation, not journalism. It's a desperate attempt to pivot the narrative now that Harry and Meghan have broken free from the chains of generational trauma. So after years of relentless criticism, the press is now singing a different tune. But why? What's behind this sudden shift in narrative? Is it genuine remorse, or is it a calculated move to regain public interest? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this intriguing turn of events. Now let's delve deeper into this sudden change. Is it genuine or a desperate attempt for relevance? You see, my friends, the media's new infatuation with the idea of Harry and Meghan returning to the royal fold is not as innocent as it seems. It's a classic case of media manipulation. The same press that once vilified Meghan, that painted her as the villain in a story where she was the victim, is now singing a different tune. There's a way back, they coo. They should reconcile, rebuild royal ties. This sudden shift isn't about reconciliation or regret, it's about desperation. Remember, this is the same media that dismissed Harry and Meghan as irrelevant one day, then speculated wildly about their potential return the next. This inconsistency is no accident. It's a calculated move to keep the Sussexes in the headlines, to keep the public engaged and the clicks coming. But this isn't just about keeping their names in print. It's about control. The media is trying to dictate the narrative, to twist the story to suit their own ends. They want to position themselves as the voice of reason, the ones calling for reconciliation, when in reality, they're the ones who stoked the flames of division in the first place. They're even going so far as to bring in psychologists to speculate on how Harry and Meghan could mentally prepare to return to the royal life. Let's be clear, that's not psychology. It's gaslighting. It's an attempt to make Harry and Meghan question their own reality, to make them believe that the abuse they suffered was somehow their own fault. But here's the thing, Harry and Meghan aren't falling for it. They've seen through the manipulation and they've chosen to break the cycle. They've chosen to prioritize their mental health, their happiness, and their family over the demands of the media. Clearly, the media's desperation is evident. They insult and beg in the same breath. But Harry and Meghan, they broke the cycle. They refuse to be pawns in a game that's rigged against them. They chose freedom over manipulation, truth over deception, and for that, they deserve our respect and our support. Let's take a moment to remember the impact Harry and Meghan have had, both within the royal family and globally. This dynamic duo, a pair of refreshingly modern royals, have tirelessly advocated for mental health, equality, and humanity. They have used their platform to shine a light on issues that often go unnoticed and unaddressed in our society. Their commitment to these causes extends beyond mere lip service. Harry and Meghan have taken concrete steps to effect change. Remember when they launched Archewell, their nonprofit organization? It's a testament to their dedication to building compassionate communities and implementing real-world solutions to pressing societal problems. But perhaps what sets Harry and Meghan apart the most is their refusal to be mere puppets in the royal PR machine. They have consistently prioritized their personal well-being and convictions over public perception. In an institution known for its rigidity and adherence to tradition, they dared to forge their own path. They stepped back from their royal duties, not out of disdain for the monarchy, but in a bid to protect their mental health and the integrity of their family. And despite the media turmoil that ensued, they've emerged stronger and more committed to their causes than ever before. Their post-royal life has been a testament to their resilience and determination. They've signed groundbreaking deals with Netflix and Spotify, amplifying their voices and bringing their advocacy work to a global audience. They've continued their philanthropic efforts, all the while raising their two beautiful children away from the prying eyes of the UK press. Their success outside the royal fold has been nothing short of remarkable. It's a clear indication that they don't need titles to make a difference in the world. They've proven that compassion, authenticity, and a commitment to social justice are far more impactful. Harry and Meghan stood up for what they believe in, and that's why they're still the most talked about royals even without the titles. With Harry and Meghan gone, the royal family has been left with a void, and it's clear that they're struggling to fill it. Prince William has been thrust into the spotlight, attempting to fill the shoes of his younger brother and his wife. He's been seen doing school runs, trying his hand at humor during public engagements, and even mimicking Harry's distinct style. But it's quite apparent that something is missing. It's not quite hitting the mark. It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. The public has noticed this too. Their reaction to William's efforts has been lukewarm at best. They see the attempts to replicate the charisma and energy that Harry and Meghan brought to the table, but it's just not the same. The authenticity, the heart, the genuine passion for change that the Sussexes embodied is not something that can be easily replicated. But perhaps the most noticeable thing is the silence. During the height of the controversy, when Harry and Meghan were facing relentless attacks from the press, William remained silent. He chose not to stand in solidarity with his brother and sister-in-law. This silence was deafening and did not go unnoticed by the public. Comments under articles about a potential reconciliation are brutal. One reads, "Why walk back into a palace that locked the gates behind you?" Another says, "That psychologist needs therapy more than Harry and Meghan." It's clear that the public is not buying the narrative that the press is selling. The silence from the crown is echoing loudly. And the public, they're not buying it. They see the void that Harry and Meghan left behind, and they're not convinced by the attempts to fill it. The public is not playing the game that the press and the crown are attempting to play. They see through the manipulation and the silence, and they're standing with Harry and Meghan. The Sussex squad doesn't play, and love and light always wins. So what does the public think, and what's next for the Sussexes and the crown? Well, the public's response to this reconciliation narrative has been rather telling. Scrolling through the comments section under that article, the sentiment is overwhelmingly skeptical. One comment that caught my eye was, "Why walk back into a palace that locked the gates behind you?" Another suggested that the psychologist who suggested their return needs therapy more than Harry and Meghan. The public, it seems, is not buying into this narrative either. The Sussexes, on the other hand, have continued to carve their own path. They've built Archewell, a nonprofit organization, and have spoken openly about their experiences. They've created safe spaces for dialogue and continue to champion causes they believe in. All this without bowing to the pressure of the crown or the media. It's clear that their influence extends far beyond their royal titles. On the flip side, the crown seems to be grappling with the void left behind by the Sussexes. Prince William, for instance, appears to be trying to fill that void, but the public isn't quite sold. His attempts at mimicking Harry's vibe are falling flat. The silence of the crown, once a symbol of stoic strength, is now echoing loudly and awkwardly in the public sphere. The future, as always, remains uncertain. But one thing is clear. The Sussexes have managed to break free from the chains of tradition and expectation. They're charting their own course, and the public is watching, captivated. As for the crown, it seems to be at a crossroads. Will it adapt to the changing times, or will it cling to tradition and risk fading into irrelevance? The public sees the game, and they're not playing. The question remains, should Harry and Meghan ever return, or will the crown continue to show its cracks? Thank you for joining me today, my loves. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Remember, the Sussex squad doesn't play, and love and light always wins. This is Chloe signing off from Royal Telly.